In Kandahar, Afghanistan, a convoy is on its way to help another convoy. A soldier steps out of a truck in anger and asks, "Who broke the tank?" From the other side, another soldier steps out equally furious and says, "It was me." The two begin to argue, but then start laughing, and we realize they are brothers. The soldier then starts repairing the tank and explains the first law of thermodynamics to his brother, that energy is neither created nor destroyed, and when any machine is pushed beyond its limit, it breaks down. He stops his brother from putting a stop leak product into the tank. Then the brother brings up the topic of becoming a ranger, saying they had always dreamed of going on dangerous missions as rangers. He encourages the soldier to complete ranger training with him. The soldier says becoming a ranger is extremely hardcore and that he is not the right age for it. The brother says he has checked and that the soldier is eligible. After some emotional convincing, the soldier agrees to join ranger training. But just as the soldier finishes fixing the truck and is about to leave, an attack happens. When the soldier opens his eyes, there is chaos everywhere and soldiers are scattered all around. Then he hears his brother's voice, runs to him, and finds him barely breathing. Suddenly the soldier snaps back to reality. He is on a bus headed toward the Colorado Ranger training camp, and 2 years have passed since that incident. Many soldiers have arrived at the camp for training. An officer asks the soldier to become a team leader, since he is an E6, but the soldier flatly refuses. As a result, he is assigned the number 81. Then the sergeant explains that this 8-week training will be the hardest of their lives. Their mental and physical limits will be pushed to the extreme. Those who refuse to quit and complete all 8 weeks will face one final 24-hour mission, after which they must cross a finish line to officially become rangers. Training then begins, and it is genuinely brutal. Anyone who fails is removed every week. One day, when 81 is running ahead of everyone else, Soldier 15 jokes that once they become rangers, they'll be told secrets, like whether the moon landing was real or if aliens exist in Area 51. Soldier 44 dismisses this, saying nothing like that is going to happen. When 81 returns from his run, Soldier 15 tells him to stop showing off and making everyone else look bad. Later, an officer asks everyone about their previous postings. When 81 reveals he was leading the Spartan convoy in Afghanistan, everyone is left speechless. At lunch, the soldiers start talking about 81, how he carried his wounded brother 10 miles back to base, which earned him the Silver Star Medal, something every soldier dreams of. Hearing this, Soldier 15 asks 81 if it's all true. But just then an officer arrives and sends everyone back to running as punishment for talking during a meal. That night, when 81 is seen taking sleeping pills, Soldier 7 notices. The next day during training, Soldier 7 spots 81's tattoo and correctly guesses its meaning. Then comes the underwater breath-holding exercise. One by one, soldiers surface, but 81 stays under, remembering how his brother carried him in a wounded state toward camp. He pushes forward in the pool but eventually blacks out from staying under too long. Other soldiers pull him out, which puts him on the radar of the Major and Captain Torres, who call him in for a meeting. While waiting outside the office, 81 watches a news broadcast showing an asteroid heading toward Earth. Inside, the Major tells 81 he wants him to quit the training voluntarily, but 81 refuses, saying he hasn't failed a single test yet. Torres says they're not talking about physical tests. They've learned that 81 doesn't sleep at night, avoids socializing with others, and has no interest in becoming a team leader. These are not signs of a mentally stable soldier. The Major adds that after what happened to him, it takes time for a soldier to heal. They know that the very day he was discharged from the hospital, he applied for ranger training. He asks what 81's real goal is. 81 simply answers, to cross the finish line. Torres responds that the finish line is just the beginning of real war. The Major asks 81 to leave on his own terms and return when he is mentally stable, but 81 refuses to do so. Training concludes and 81 passes successfully. Now the final 24-hour mission begins. Torres briefs them, 2 helicopters will drop them in the mission area. They must locate a downed plane in enemy territory and destroy it so the enemy gains no advantage from it. Further ahead, a captain is being held captive in a village. They must rescue him and bring him back to base. Once completed, they will officially become rangers. Torres appoints 81 as team leader and Soldier 7 as second in command. As everyone boards the helicopter, 81 notices a private coal mine below. The helicopters drop them at the mission location and head back. 81 starts the timer and tells everyone they have exactly 24 hours to complete the mission. Soldier 15 jokes that 81 should give a speech, saying soldiers need motivation and 81 doesn't know how to inspire people. Soldier 7 steps up and delivers a motivating speech, and everyone moves forward. Night falls and 81 gives everyone 20 minutes of rest. Soldier 7 tries to have a personal conversation with 81, but 81 declines. Suddenly a flash of light appears in the sky. The soldiers think the instructors have spotted them resting, which is why it happened. Morning comes and they locate the plane they were supposed to destroy. 81 devises a plan. Some soldiers will go down to plant a bomb on the plane while others provide cover in case of attack. Soldier 57 says based on the coordinates, the plane is 100 meters away. Strange sounds start coming through the radio but nobody pays attention, and they move toward the plane. 81 spots something shiny nearby and goes to check it out. The remaining soldiers plant bombs on the plane. 81 moves a little further and sees the actual plane they were supposed to destroy. He yells at the soldiers to stop, but they have already detonated the bombs. Strangely, the explosion leaves no scratch on the plane whatsoever. The machine then stands up and begins scanning the entire area. It deploys weapons and launches an attack. 81 saves Soldier 44 and everyone flees into the jungle, but they stop at a ravine. The machine fires a bomb and everyone is thrown to the ground. Soldier 43 gets stuck in a tree and Soldier 7's leg is broken. Seeing all this triggers memories of Afghanistan in 81, but somehow he pulls himself together. He teams up with another soldier to free 43 from the tree and drags 7 back. Soldier 44 says they need to call for help on the radio. Soldier 7 says the radio is with 32, who is up higher. After that, 81 goes alone to retrieve the radio. A little ahead, he finds 32 dead and the radio destroyed. Then 81 spots a local soldier in the distance who is approached by the machine and killed. On the other side, 43 is also killed. 81 comes back and says the machine is heading their way and they need to get down fast. All soldiers begin descending by rope. Soldier 97 tells 81 to go down and that he'll hold 7 from above while lowering him. Soldier 97 is lowering 7 by rope when 81's compass starts spinning rapidly. The machine has arrived and kills 97, and 7 falls below. The machine begins scanning and the soldiers press themselves against the mountain wall, but it scans one soldier's foot and they all flee into the jungle. Since the machine is on top of the mountain, the soldiers manage to escape and reach another peak where they stop to rest. Nobody understands what is happening. 81 begins bandaging Soldier 7's wounds and asks for morphine, but the morphine vials are broken. Soldier 7 tells him to do it without morphine and passes out from the pain. Soldier 15 suggests the instructor use them as an experiment, but 81 disagrees. Soldier 57 was right, the real plane was 100 meters away. 81 says the only help now is in the village and they must reach it. He puts 7 in a stretcher-like carry and they all move forward. A little ahead they find a river with an extremely strong current, but 81 refuses to give up and says he'll cross it and secure a rope on the other side. He tells one soldier to keep an eye on the compass, ties a rope around himself, and jumps into the river. Soldier 44 holds the rope. Just as 81 is swept under, he resurfaces on the other side and ties the rope to a rock. Then Soldier 15 begins bringing Soldier 7 across the rope, but midway the rope gets tangled in a knot around 7. Soldier 15 tries to free it but the other rope loosens, and 7 ends up dangling in the water. Seeing this, 81 and the other soldiers rush to help. The soldiers lose sight of the compass. Just as they are all trying to pull 7 up, the machine arrives and begins firing. Everyone falls into the river and is swept away, but 81, secured by the rope to a rock, is held in place. As the machine approaches him, he pulls out a blade and cuts the rope free. Drifting a bit further, he spots 7 and swims powerfully toward him, grabbing hold of him. Just then, a waterfall appears ahead and they all plunge over, yet even here, 81 does not let go of 7. A short while later, Soldier 60, who had been separated from the group when the machine first attacked, pulls them out of the river. He says he tried contacting the instructors but got no response. After that, 81 rallies everyone toward the village, which is 6 kilometers away. One soldier begins panicking, and 81 tells him bluntly, if you don't move forward now, you will die. Everyone picks up 7 and pushes forward. Along the way, they find tripwires laid for the mission, accompanied by flares. When they reach the village, they find it completely destroyed. 81 looks up at the mountain above and realizes the machine came from space, destroyed the village first, then came down. Soldier 60 says he had seen a news report about an asteroid heading toward Earth. Now everyone understands the machine came from space. Just then a voice is heard. When they all go to look, it is the instructor, who collapses and dies right in front of them. Everyone is shattered. 81 urges everyone to move forward, but Soldier 15 says they need time because they have emotions. They are not Silver Star heroes like 81. Hearing this, 81 grabs 15 and says he is no hero. He never even got his brother to base. He blacked out 100 yards from the base, and his brother was still alive at that point. His brother died because of him, and the medal was given to him for his failure. Then he says, this is not about them anymore. They must get to camp and report this, or everyone will die. Hearing this, everyone is ready to move forward. They come across a tank that is stuck. When Soldier 44 tries to start it, it won't. Soldier 15 steps up and says it needs fuel. He happens to be an expert on this. After that, everyone frees the tank using ropes. Soldier 44 finds snacks inside and shares them with everyone. Suddenly a flare lights up the sky, meaning the machine has reached the tripwires. Everyone rushes inside the tank, but Soldier 15 runs back to grab bullets. Just as he does, the machine arrives. Soldier 15 sprints toward the tank but the machine shoots him. Still, 15 manages to throw the ammunition inside. Soldier 44 drives the tank at full speed. Soldier 60 fires at the machine from the tank but it has no effect. The machine fires back at the tank, but the tank holds strong. The machine then stops. Everyone thinks it has given up, but suddenly it launches a massive volley of bombs at the tank, sending it rolling down the mountain. They think the machine is left behind, but it appears right in front of them and fires a laser from its underside, partially damaging the tank. Soldier 15 fires his gun at the machine, but it fires back and severs his arm. The machine fires the laser again and the tank begins to break apart. Soldier 7 starts falling out of the tank. Seeing this, 81 throws a launcher at the mountain, causing it to collapse onto the machine. But Soldier 44 is dead and the tank flips over. When 81 regains consciousness, he sees that everyone has been killed. He climbs over the rocks and checks on the machine, but only a small fragment of it remains. Then his eyes fall on the machine, which is sending a signal to someone in space. He spots Soldier 7, and 7 is alive. He sees the machine heading their way again, so he picks up 7 and begins moving. It starts raining, causing 81 to slip repeatedly and injure himself. He realizes the mission clock has run out. He thinks he has failed. Soldier 7 regains consciousness and tells 81 that he had met 81's brother in air assault. His brother had the same tattoo and always talked about becoming Rangers together with 81. He had been on leave when he heard the news of his death. 81 asks why 7 never told him. 7 says he had tried, then asks, "Do you consider yourself a failure?" 81 says he couldn't save anyone. 7 replies, "But you never gave up, and those who never give up are called Rangers." Just then 81 sees the machine approaching from a distance, with smoke rising from it, which sparks a plan in his mind. He hides 7 between some rocks and heads to the nearby private coal mine. Inside, he finds a flare and dynamite. The machine is nearly upon Soldier 7 when 81 fires the flare, drawing the machine toward him. The machine arrives at the mine and begins scanning, but 81 has already planted dynamite below. The explosion sends the machine crashing down. 81 brings a crane and pushes the machine, pinning it against the mountain wall. The machine powers up and tries to push back, but 81 exerts full force and keeps it pinned. He then presses a button and coal begins pouring into the machine. It overheats and fires at a tower trying to escape, but 81 jumps clear. The machine reaches critical temperature and explodes, but then, from inside the wreckage, dozens of bombs begin falling. Realizing the danger, 81 flees as a massive explosion erupts. The next morning, 81 is carrying Soldier 7 on his shoulders toward camp. When he arrives, the major and sergeant are stunned to see him. 81 sets 7 down at the finish line and says, "We succeeded." Soldiers come and carry 7 away for treatment. The major reveals that the base had also come under attack, which is why no one was able to come to their aid. The major says the machine has broken into countless pieces scattered across different countries, causing devastation everywhere. Armies around the world are trying to stop them. The major asks how 81 defeated it. 81 explains his method, and the major immediately orders the information to be shared with every country. He then officially makes 81 a ranger. The major says if 81 wants, he can give a speech to the soldiers, as they need it. 81 delivers a powerful motivational speech to everyone, and then sets off with them to destroy the remaining machines. On the helicopter, an officer asks 81 his name, and that is where the movie ends.